Hello class, this is the first lesson in Chapter 7, Chapter 7.1a, Scientific Notation. When we talk about scientific notation, we are really talking about a very brief way to write very large numbers or very small numbers so that we don't have to use quite as many zeros in particular. A number is, in scientific notation, if the first factor, or the first number, is greater than or equal to 1, and less than 10. And if the second factor is a power of 10. Now the first factor can be a 1, or a 1.1, or a 1.11, or a 1.00101, etc. It can go all the way up to 9.999999999, etc., etc. However, it cannot be a 10, nor can the first factor, the first number, be a decimal such as 0.5. The first thing we're going to do is take numbers that are in scientific notation and write them in standard form. When we multiply a number by 10 to the n power, where n is positive, in other words, a power of 10, we are going to move the decimal point however many numbers, however many places that number is to the right. Now understand that that's if we have a positive n, then we go to the right. Let's look at A. We look at the exponent over here, and it is a positive 6. That means I am going to move the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places to my right. Now, if you'll notice, there are no digits above after these two 5s. I have to put zeros in there. Now, when I write the number, I have the 1, the 5, and the 5, and then I have these 4 zeros. To make it easier for a person to read it, I come back, I put in commas. Let's look at B. In B, my exponent on 10 is a positive 5. I am going to move the decimal point 5 places to my right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 3 places that have no digits above them, so that's going to be zeros. So 3, 0, 5, 0, 0, 0. Come back in and put the commas. Please hit pause and do C and D. C is going to be 50,000 and D is going to be 210. What about writing in scientific notation? The first thing we have to do is figure out or determine our first factor. Now remember that we want to have one number to the left of the decimal point, and then we are going to write that second factor as a power of 10. With A, the decimal point is way to the right. If it's not given to you, it's always immediately to the right of the number. I'm going to move it so that it's between the 3 and the 5. 3.56 will be a first factor between 1 and 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm going to have 3.56. Notice that I can drop all the rest of the zeros times 10 to the 13th power. Let's look at B. The decimal point is to the right of the last 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8.64. I'm going to drop the rest of the zeros times 10 to the positive 7. At this point, please hit pause and do C and D. And here are your answers for C and D. This concludes Lesson 7-1A. Please reply with blueberries.